Bruh. Papa's had a day. But I have had a last like 30-20 minutes. Okay. Let me make sure this is all good. Is it fine? Is my yeah, okay, this is fine. Everything's fine. Hold on. Just capturing everything. Okay, I have had a time, but I figured it out. I was watching esports earlier, and I was like, yeah, I'll stream at 8:30, okay? It's 9:30. Let's just say something happened. Because I've been trying to fit, because I got cam. By the way, I need to start the TikTok live as well. I know this looks fine. It looks fine. Let me actually change this. Select game. Like it, so it's only Phoenix, right? Being a streamer is hard work, guys. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna go live on TikTok as well. Hopefully that's fine. Anyway. Now let me see. Ace Attorney. Episode 5. Okay. Okay, that's good now too. Okay, everything's fine now. No, so I was gonna go live at 8:30, and then, oh my god, like I was fighting with the TikTok live studio for a minute because I finally got cam access because I was like, I'm not gonna stream Ace Attorney, which has been 2 weeks, holy shit, but I was like, I'm not gonna stream Ace Attorney again until I get cam access on TikTok because I feel like that does, like, my reactions are a big part of this game, at least for me, and, you know, maybe that's just me, like, jerking my own chain, but, so I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I finally got it, but I just had to fight tooth and nail, and I hope you guys appreciate what I do, because, oh my god! And no Google search was helping, truly, truly. At the end of the day, I just had to, like, crop the camera, basically. Even though it was, I want to say it's a little less straightforward than that, but I'll spare the details, truthfully, so. Let me see. I gotta sneeze. Fuck! Okay, recap. A detective man is dead. He got murdered in 2 different places at once, essentially, even though I think they just murdered him in the evidence room and then put his body in the car, but whatever, potato, I suppose. So he got murdered in 2 places at once. There is a homicide detective lady. She got fired by Edgeworth and the prosecutor who is the murderer. I don't think she's the murderer in this case. And you know, she's really got it out for the prosecutors. And I trust, when I tell you I trust nobody right now, literally nobody, not even the police chief, okay? He's on my shit list too. I trust nobody. So yeah. And hopefully I don't trip up. Once I get into the game, I'm gonna have to look at my evidence and see what I have. And I don't remember voices either, so I apologize in advance. It's just gonna be everywhere. 2 weeks! So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. I am also very confused. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. Hey. I'm gonna get you innocent, don't you even worry, baby doll. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. At least she is self-aware. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Not the plea deal. I am literally the Ace Attorney, bro. I will... A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. B'Elanna! Don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Skye. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Ward. Yeah. His fingerprints, his dirty little Western fucking cosplaying ass fingerprints are on one of the lockers where there's a smear of blood, okay? Okay. And when I tell you I trust nobody in this fucking game, I mean that shit. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints to be exact, and I'm blaming it all on that man. I got you. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? Yes, positively. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye? Do what you have to do, Mr. A. We got this. The way she's acting is really, it's not giving me much confidence. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... We just got into court and you're already smirking and humping at me. Are you on God right now? Humph? I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. And that is also why I think it's the Onigiri lady. Lana, I know she's bad. But that's also why I think it's the Onigiri lady or something with that bunch. Cause why is it ending up in Mr. Edgeworth's car? Y'all are the only ones with things against prosecutors, okay? Okay. I'm cracking the code and watch this. Yeah, Angel Star, thank you. And watch this all be complete BS. I'm gonna be proven so wrong. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. You look so confident. Come kiss me. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of me next, right? It's been 5 minutes. Stop it. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. Does anybody? Yeah, you know what's up. You know what's up. The hard eyes. Yup. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. You fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? Very well. Let the trial resume. Okay, let me see what's up my court record. It has been 2 weeks. So we have his ID card. That's the victim's. The trophy. I guess we stole Edgeworth's trophy that he got. His knife. The parking stub. Blue Badger. This is very important. Very important. My man worked on this. Okay. Everyone, give it up for Detective Gumshoe. There's this. There's the whole case here. Something about a serial killer. Parking lot. God, I got hella stuff. Damn. Okay, switchblade knife. But we know for, okay, I just want to say for a diddly darn fact, we know that they killed him in the evidence room because that is where majority of the blood pooling is. In the parking lot, there was like she cut her finger, and I think that's where that dribble came from. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Murder? That's why we're here? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? It's my boy! I can't remember his name right now, but it's my boy. I feel maternal towards him. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. What is your name again? Will the witness please say his name and occupation? Yes, sir! I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is, that would be murderous! Alright, wrap it up. Case closed. I guess Officer Meekins did it. Oh my god. It's gonna be a long court day. OMG him. I love him. I love Officer Meekins, okay? If he has 0 fans, I am dead. He pleads guilty. Brother, he didn't even try. 0 pressure. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Sir, what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. Oh my god. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Hold on. Yes, sir. As you wish. God, I love him. He's everywhere but nowhere. Yeah, the lights are on, but no one's home. You know what I'm saying? After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. That's true. Love him or hate him. Bro, my cheeks are already getting red from laughing. Ew. Okay, although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. But okay, but the thing is, he said he's blacked out and then he ended up in the cell and then he just doesn't remember what's going on. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Baby. Okay, so the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Baby, I think we need like 4 margaritas before we even begin to unpack this. I'm just gonna press everything. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. On God? Yikes! Now there's a scary thought. Me and Phoenix like this. Me and Phoenix like this. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks. Oh my God. Not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. And that, you know what that is? That is the best job around. The most important job. The Blue Badger. Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. That's my goat. I love the Blue Badger. Look, should we make one? Like, he can just be the mascot. He can sit back there somewhere. I was sure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. And a valiant job you did, Mr. Meekins. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? That damn badger. I love that damn badger, okay? He's made by my Pookie Bear, therefore he is our son. Spotted a suspicious man and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Yeah, does he have one? Precisely, sir. I have one right here on my neck. You right. My bad. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is! I found it! This is the one right here! Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number... I'm not reading that again. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's shown as being used twice. Did you murder him? Did you... Are you, like, preying on my maternal instincts? Did you actually murder him? Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything's set up. But that... Oh, okay, so at the same time. Hold on. I'm connecting the dots. I see, so it was during that second time when... Yes, sir! That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay, cool. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I suddenly attacked. I was suddenly attacked. My bad. English is not Englishing right now for me. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging it on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. What the fuck does that mean? Phoenix! Phoenix! That's what I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this cash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. Oh. Fought for my life. Then I did it. What'd you do? Are you sure? What exactly do you mean by when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See, he must have been desperate. He did just admit to flailing around like an octopus. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and what if this is accidental? Low-key? Then, the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! After that, I passed out until the officer smacked me awake. Okay. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. Isn't there a clock? According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. Okay, 20 minutes. That's enough time to move a body, I think. Call me crazy. Phoenix Wright, what else did it possibly mean? Maybe he's got his head in the gutter. I don't know. But also, you're right. Why did he need clarification? There's only one context for this. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. Or, I mean, it's nice that you recovered through this. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what had happened. Yes, Your Honor, only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Edgeworth and Phoenix. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning. Chief Gant, I still don't trust that. Unless he redeems himself, I don't trust that motherfucker. Like, by the end of this, I may change my tune completely, okay? That happened with Detective Gumshoe. And now he's my Pookie Bear, but I don't like the chief. I'm just gonna say that now. The chief delivered it. What is that? Videotape? I'm guessing that's a surveillance room tape. Yes, sir! That's absolutely right, sir! A videotape, sir! It contains footage from the security room, the evidence room! I'm gonna hyperventilate myself doing this. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. They're setting my boy up! Even if Chief Gant redeems himself in some possible way, I believe he's setting Edgeworth up, and I don't appreciate that. I ride or die for Edgeworth, okay? I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. No. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murder, sir. It scares me. This motherfucker didn't murder anybody, okay? A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Are you sure? My goat, the Blue Badger. Riveting stuff. I see no murder, however. Okay, there's the Goodman. I can remember names. He's just an apple tall, real. Okay, the glove drops. They've been so, like, you can't see his face at all, like, in anything they've shown. That's why I'm getting, like, suspicious as fuck. Okay, and he's just creeping in. Okay. Damn! Okay, so he had blood on him because he gashed his hand. Write that one down. Okay, he whooped his ass. But no murder. No murder. I ain't see shit. positively nothing. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? That's Mr. Badger, and you'll put some respect on his name. Or Blue Badger, sorry. Sir, that's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter or someone. But you see how he, like, just kind of disappeared. There was no dead body. I'm in the evidence room and did some sort of activity. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Officer Meekins, say no. As you wish, sir. He really does just do as he is told, and I love him for that, but not in this case. Okay. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do it, but why are they being so flippity-floppity about his face? The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, so it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Well, they did say they'll give you 50 cents if you can unlock it, so they're not very, confident in the security measures that they've taken. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Or was it? Or was, unless he has a twin. True. Oh my god. What? Dude, I think you just cracked the code. What if? What if? Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Contradictions? Okay. His face can't be clearly... That's for damn sure, but I just want to press everything. You simply never know in this game. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get it clear. So, Officer Meekins, I love you, but you're making this hard. So he... Okay. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking to them. You just like me, for real, twin. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. You're going to lose your badge. Okay. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label... Okay, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Since the face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. But why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Speak for yourself. I am in the jolliest, most go-lucky mood right now. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir! You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you're positive it was him. I mean, you open the locker. Okay. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods. Why are you trying to break into lockers? They only responded for registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he just tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to registered fingerprints, then he must be the person who the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. Okay. Because do I have anything? Because I remember they said, like, they would... Hold on. I don't think there is, but literally, Detective Gumshoe was like, yeah, they'll give you 50 cents if you can unlock it. The locker he opens is unquestionably Detective Goodman's. Are you sure? How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my... Okay, your romantic troubles. Tell the court about it. We'll help. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable... Edgeworth, I love you, but are we sure? Are we sure it's reliable? So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. Okay. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Hold on. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! We got it. Music stopped. We got it. Wait, the screwdriver? Yeah, that's from like the serial... I think it's from the serial... Wait. Oh, wait, no. It was in Edgeworth's, It was in Edgeworth's office during that time. I was like, damn, you onto something, twin. But I remember that he went into the evidence locker room earlier before the victim did. He grabbed it and he went back to his office. And then the victim went in, blah, 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 blah. So, sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I'm gonna just let that one slide. I'm gonna just let it slide. It's okay. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is. Unless the defense can find a problem with it, I have many problems. Like, you... literally nothing's happening. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. If there's a is there a problem with security video? Yeah, like, in the way it doesn't show anything, I guess. Hold on. Let me pay attention to see if there's any time skips. But I don't think there is. I think it lasts a perfect minute. Like maybe they cut the whatever the fuck it's called. Wait. Is he wearing gloves? Or is his hands just unusually boxy? I don't know. Seeing them fight would be killing me though. Okay, so the only problem that I have here is you see nothing. He's the only one that's down for the count. And then I don't think that was there. Hold on. Let me just check the beginning again. Yeah, that wasn't there. Do you know whose locker that is? Oh, you can only open the fingerprints? That is the guy who's cosplaying as a fucking cowboy. Hold on. I got problems. Objection, Your Honor. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that... Slam that desk, honey! The man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection. Don't object me. Let me point it out. Let me speak. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Hold on. Wait, you're right. That has to be low-key, like, yeah, right? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You're gonna look so fucking stupid when I'm done here, Edgeworth, and oh, that's I love him, but he would want me to point it out. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this. Well, if you wouldn't let me get there, I want to point it out anyway. I don't know why this is being used as like a, gotcha. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please don't. Nepotism. Maybe Mika's is Gant's son. Okay, yeah. And And then pause being backspace is diabolical. I hope you know that. The back button being backspace in this game in general is absolutely crazy. Okay, you get your ass whooped. That's nice. And pause. Because you know what? Objection, Your Honor. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural. The way they speak is so... What could it mean? Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright, but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise. Do I have to point it out beforehand? Because the point? What you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. Oh, yeah. Woo! I almost walked right into the defense. Do I have to point out the box? Don't place... Hold on! Rats! I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. Now what do? No, what? This is gonna tilt me just a little bit. Do I do it before the rag shows up? Hold on, let me just... Because the rag being placed there is, Because, I'm telling you, I'm literally telling you, this is like... Oh, I'd have to be up this. Hold on a second, I need to use my eye drops. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrow yours? Okay, what? Okay. To show that it's not Detective Goodman, you can't see his face. The thing is, the rag's pissing me off. Oh, but the thing is that I'm cooking here. You have to open the lockers. The rag's not there. Therefore, you'd have to open the locker, put the rag in there, and then it's there. So what am I possibly missing? About, 10 minutes in, it's already, Fuck! Okay. Because that is the only thing. At what point am I like, damn. Or do I have to click on the locker instead of the rag afterward? Oh my god. Okay. Baby. Or maybe I just Google Loki? Because I'm cooking, and I know I'm cooking. I'm getting there. I'm on the right track, but the thing is it's not letting me. Damn, that's crazy. The rag might be a thing where it occurs later, which is so stupid. Okay, that's also what I'm thinking, but ooh. Because there's nothing for the cross-exam. I mean, the only thing is you just can't go with his word that it's him. Let me see what I have in my court record. Just in case we just have to go back to the cross-examination. But it wouldn't give you the option to go over the video if there wasn't something in the video. I'm going to start tweaking. I don't know. They got me. Fuck. Wait. Cause what if his lost item report was his ID card? Okay, hold on. I'm cooking. What if the lost item report was his ID card? Bam, I have his ID card here. Consider that one. That might be for later. But then you could get into the the evidence room, no problemo, because you see, if you would, walk with me, that is his ID card being used here. Okay? But it's not necessarily him. And somehow, some way, 2 lockers were opened. 2. Yeah, not so long. Thank you. You're you got me. So they took his ID card, but 2 lockers, I'm doing the new metal fucking hands. 2 lockers were open. I'm fucking tweaking. So what do I point out in the video? What could I possibly be missing? Listen, I love the Blue Badger, but if I have to listen to that song one more time, it might be Bye Bye Town. Are y'all getting mad if I Google it, low-key? Because I don't want to sit here for an hour. It's already been 30 minutes. Come on. Because there's no reason to return to the cross-examination. There's no fucking way. Hold on. Apollo is speaking to me. Let me see. I reached those. You can use your aspirin. How person could possibly be someone else or napkin, blood. Goodman's locker suggesting it's already unlocked before the opener arrives? Huh? What? Hold on. Oh, Apollo, yes, thank you for the whatever. What? Hold on. We can pause and run fast forward. We have to curse the exact location of the frame. What's gonna be like? I don't get the fuck that you like the mechanic. Oh my god. It's so dead. It's so actually. I gotta take my jacket off because I'm just mad. Now I'm just upset. Because it's so annoyingly obvious now. And this is why we really case the joint. It's the fucking lockers already unlocked. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? Right? Did anybody else fucking notice that? Because I was just like, yeah, whatever. Am I the stupid one? Oh my fucking god. Hold on. Papa's getting naked. That's so annoying. God. Or maybe I'm just stupid. Whatever. I'll take it. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, I'm just gonna say, I may be stupid, but also I haven't played this in 2 weeks. So I have an excuse. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint if it's a match. The light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. That makes so much more sense now. I genuinely was not looking up there. Thank you for Apollo speaking to my mind, i.e. Google. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. Is this like some giant big conspiracy where everyone is involved? Because how is his locker already open? Because it was unlocked before he even got to the locker. I'm suspicious of everybody. I'm even suspicious of the victim at this point. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit? Yeah, we lit, Judge. What's up? Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Honestly, that's like the least overreaction I've seen out of me, kids. I expect that from him at this point. What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. See, but you see, now we've got past the hardest point of the case for me. I promise it's only up from here. Objection! Object all you want, I'm right. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. We can tell. That's why you're a judge. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? There was something caught in the door. The glove? Because it just blooped right on out. I'm putting the dots together. Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. Yeah, I'm an ace attorney. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor? Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. I think it's the glove. I mean, a paper fell. Yeah. Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't. I'm glad I got to read all that. The music stopped. We fucking got it. Easy cakes. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Rewind time, apparently. Okay. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Precisely what I was thinking, Phoenix, and this is why we're like this. We're on the same level. Inserted. Rewind time. This is gonna send me into a sanatorium. How many times I have to watch this? I pray after this segment's done, I don't have to watch it again. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. That's nice, honey. I love the fun facts. But the object would have had to been extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. Like a rubber glove. I went to school. Ha. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But, sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. I'm glad that's one of us. At least on this part, everything else Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Yeah. I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that it was in the victim's locker. Your Honor, do you need to watch the video again? That very clearly looks like a glove. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. Ringing bells for you, Edgeworth. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? So my boy's fine. You're dishonorable. For real, the judge at this game genuinely pisses me off. He is like, I don't even know how he became a judge, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm taking that position next. So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, you didn't see him get stabbed, I'm gonna just say that, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated the possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. Prove it. You can't. Edgeworth, I'm gonna kiss you behind the courthouse. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. He didn't even get a good look at him. He is off in La La Land. There's nothing going on up there. Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well. Begin your testimony. Oh my god. There's one. Okay, I have to lock in for this one. No silly little voices. My bad. I hope this doesn't ruin your immersion. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room. I have a lost. Yup. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. But did he? Because, okay, say he lost his card. He didn't finish filling out the thing. But and then I found his ID card in the parking garage where his body was found, right? That would be the perfect place to plant it if you had stolen it. Okay? Okay? Y'all following along? I am a conspiracy theorist. There's a little tinfoil hat on, but it's making sense in my head. An ID card record, I see. I have the ID record card right here, Your Honor. I do too. You're not special. Who's got all sevens, though? The ID used at 5:14, sorry, is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people? You know what, Judge? Maybe I misjudged him. Write that one down. That was good. That was good. Maybe he's a little smart, because honestly, I didn't think of that either. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Baby, it's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna press everything. That's the Phoenix way. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign, sir. You have another hand. Can he just use his right hand for that? Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows when he might say until the very last second. Okay. Is that card hanging from you like one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it. But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in the car when I get out? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me. Maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. Okay. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be a Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. That's not what I would be. So it is, Your Honor. Oh my goodness. Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence. Mommy, is that man in blue a murder? Me? Shh, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color, kid. It would seem the Inquiry Committee will want to speak with you again today. I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him. Okay. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. But did the jury really say that? Yo. They have a thing against Edgeworth, and I guess the little kid is doesn't like me. I don't know why. My aura is so swaggy. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife, except that there's pictures on the ID cards, and you know what this motherfucker's face didn't match? That picture. Phoenix, we got this. I got this. Maybe he just panicked and pulled a knife? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not doing that. Everything stems from contradictions, let's point them out. Mr. Wright, what do you think? I'm confused, to say the very least. What? The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth missed something like this. You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Okay. I have the... Where is it? Fuck. I have the lost and found, 221. When was he murdered again? Oh, it was on the same day. Oh, wait. On the same day that he was filling out this lost item report. But it's not filled out. Okay, hold on. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Hold on. Hold on. The person the man was checked to enter the evidence room must use their ID card when evidence is used as record of it at the time of the... Do I just present the ID? Because we already looked over it. But, okay, I'm thinking the lost... Because he didn't even finish writing out his ID card number because he doesn't know it by heart. He wasn't even sure that the 9 was next. Actually, hold on. What is his actual ID number? I'm cooking. 5'8". Yeah, he put 5'9". You know why? Because he didn't remember the... Ooh, I'm right on track. I'm right where I need to be. I just don't know where to present this necessarily. Sorry, I meant to present that, actually, not presenter. The music stopped. We got it. We're good. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. Thank you. But let me continue. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't do it. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? And I can fucking prove it. He didn't even know the second number, babe. Can't say for sure, but there is a high possibility. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. We fucking got him. We got him, boys! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. My conspiracies from the beginning of this episode are coming true. I just want to say that. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Let me cook. Call me Gordon Ramsay, I'm fucking cooking! Does the prosecution have a response? No. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Thank you. You free for dinner after? Yeah, bravo! Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Yeah. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? On the dot! Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. You're kind of spitting, yeah. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... Well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger. You got me there. This isn't going to end well. I don't like when he does that pose. It means he's about to... Oh, Edgeworth and Wright getting touchy in court. Yeah, I wish they would. Who said that? Oh my god. Well, it seems you've finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take... So we're giving him more grounds for the case against the chief prosecutor. I can remember stuff, I promise. At the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. Okay, but why? Even if this is true, okay, I mean, I'm still gonna work like she's innocent. Even if this is true, what is the whole point of this whole fake dressing up as him to get into the evidence room? I need that one explained, Edgeworth. Okay? A trustworthy one. I wouldn't say trustworthy. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah. I'm not screaming in my room. They'll call the cops. I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Precisely. I am genuinely, the more and more I get into this, the more and more confused I am. Like, dead ass. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Yeah, my boy's fine. Release Officer Meekins. He's good. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright! You have to do something, or else Lana... I think she's, what to do? How am I supposed to give it? Objection! Objection! Just because it's fun. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Do they have to show me my boy getting his ass whooped? Really? The security video did not show the actual murder. Therefore, he's innocent? Like, is that what you're gonna say? Is that what I gotta wait for? You guys come here often? We got all the time in the world to kill. That might be bad wording considering what we're dealing with right now. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Yeah, and where did the blood come from? Like, I know he gashed his hand, but that much blood from just a gash in your hand is genuinely concerning. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. Yeah, rendered you speechless, huh? The defense demands further examination to the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. He's not even from Texas. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? He looks so cute, look at him. He's only 30? I like him a little older. Thinks he's a cowboy. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. 20-minute recess, yay! Very well. The court will take 30 minutes. Okay, you right, while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. We're gonna go play on the playground. Hey. How you doing? It's only 11 a.m. God, imagine being a lawyer. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall? It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma. Sister spat, I don't want to get in the middle of it. I'm gonna go sit down on the couch. Y'all have fun. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. I mean, you asked me to be your defense lawyer. That's literally why I'm here. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Ooh. Does. Hey! There he is! My man, my man, my man. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. No, perfect timing, actually. Because this was getting a little awkward. Ooh. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Moment's gone. Just come back, please. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? He's so cute. You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. To top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey! 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 I didn't see that you brusque your sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. Oh. So you're committing fraud. My name? Stressing out in court. God, hold on. TikTok's annoying. Okay. Stressing it out in court at 11 a.m. Yeah. I'm still asleep at 11 a.m. I'm not getting up for court. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. She's so nonchalant. I need her, actually. I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor was a witness in that case. Miss Guy was a witness? Files for the Joe Dart killing solved 2 years ago? Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with the serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? No, I love you. Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this is SL9 incident. Is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as... the Joe Dart killings. Like I'm supposed to know what the fuck that means. Is that your daddy or something? Ooh. That's over with. No! Emma, wait. She ran away? What the fuck is going on? Someone clue me in, please? You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Can I come with you? Cause sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Fuck. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. No shit, Sherlock. This is why you're an attorney. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Ooh, I'd better take a good look at this file. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? More information I get, we're like really close to the end, I fear, and the more information I get, the more confused I am. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Montana. Can I read those files actually real quick? Like, is that a thing I'm allowed to do? Closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime serial murderer sentenced death. Victims Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall, Jeb Bates. Trial data. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witness Lana Skye, Emma Skye. Investigation task force executive Damon Gant, Lana Skye. Okay. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigation. Yeah. Okay. Oh. What is this fucking bunch of people? Emma didn't come back. That's fine. I wish Maya was here. I miss Maya and Mia. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh, goodness me. Are you allowed to drink in a courtroom? Or is water in that flask? Are you a poser? Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you. Wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Edgeworth, you're so sassy. Arrgh. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. He gonna be howling when I'm done with him, you know what I'm saying? Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? Dude, my nose area is so itchy because of allergies, I'm actually about to just chop my nose off. Unrelated to the case, is he gonna shave? He's shaving in court! You fucking called it! Just getting his chin hairs positively everywhere, bro. According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No, paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. We get a whole of course. I know, he's got like 3 emotes. He's gonna be drinking whiskey, shaving his chin hairs, or, well, just standing there, I suppose. Uncouth, Mr. Marshall. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. I mean, I fear Western is pretty... You just don't speak Southern, it's fine. Even though he's from LA. Okay, my job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the Even as a Southern, what the fuck are you saying? I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Oh, okay, like ammo against him. I understand. I got it. Japanophoria, by the way. He's Mr. Worldwide, okay? I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Ooh. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? Wait, yeah, hold on. I mean, the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. You right? Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. Look at him and you tell me that you're confident he would ever be helpful. Okay, he's a patrolman for a reason. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. I feel like most of the witnesses we bring are. There's at least one witness every episode, and you're just like, ooh. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Thanks, Your Honor. Okay. Just keep away on that boat. Okay. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them. Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual was recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Okay, that's fair. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, Pierce the Veil reference, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. Said I was supposed to speak around 3 times a day, but I have my style. Well, see, if he was making the rounds instead of at the roadside saloon he was sitting in, it's probably what happened. But I'm also not convinced he was at the saloon. I'm convinced. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know joined the police force. True. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fined? Straight vibes, I guess? I don't know. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. I'm gonna call Cap on that. That's quite, incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe says something like that too. Yeah, but as much as I love him, I'll put my hands up and say, as much as I love him, it is Detective Gumshoe. At any rate, it doesn't seem this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? Street-side saloon. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. That's not very cowboy of you, but okay. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's I ain't saying all that. I'm sorry. Pasta. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to use a new Loki? I know I'm beefing with him, but he just like me. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. Jake Marshall has a brother, right? Doesn't Loki? I don't know much about him. I just know he likes to cosplay. That's my knowledge of him. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want a raise this year?" Okay. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, pardon. As you call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west to the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. Trump card? No. What the fuck do I have? Hold on. Okay, I don't think this front stuff matters as much now. Other than the fact that there's blood on his fingerprints. Let me find where he said he was at the thing. Because these are his bloody fingerprints, okay? Because the SL9 court record says no. You right? Hold on. I completely skipped over that. Oh, shit. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that is you being called in to testify like this? Because, okay, I just read that. Oh my god, I'm tweaking. The court records got me. Well, it's got me. We'll just say that. And he locked the fuck in too. After all, you were in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet, you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Ooh, you're not gonna. I'm gonna explain myself, but you ain't finna like it. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Snip, snap, motherfucker. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crib. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds. About once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. What about a bloody handprint? What about a bloody fingerprint? On the day the murder took place, we fucking got him. Objection! Objection indeed, Phoenix! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. We fucking got him! Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? Nonchalant shaving, of course. Seems to me. There ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Are you... How you make it... Gaslight! He's gaslighting! I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints? The cacti! He has cacti in his office. But you're telling me you didn't wrap it up before smearing it across a locker? I don't believe it. Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker and my fingerprint was by chance. Also, how does that cactus smear like that? Yeah, right? Plus, you know, you prick it, ouchies, but it's like a little dot. And the amount of, like, luck is like 0.000001, okay, for this. You cap it, my boy. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated, or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. I don't believe you. On the simple grounds of I don't believe... Judge? This witness... seems valid. Judge, you and I have beef. I'm going... Whatever. Although there's room for doubt. You think? Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. You and me both, Phoenix. Now's my chance to prove it. I don't like you. I think you're suspicious as fuck. That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. And it hasn't been cleaned since like 2 years ago? All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. Interesting. Interesting thing to note. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Let's have it in the same place. They stayed handprint. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker with my fingerprints by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Thank you, Phoenix! On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. Chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. What? It's fine. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no award from it with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Let's say the fingerprint. Ow. Ow. Pray tell. Unrelated. They're as different as night and day. Kind of like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. Or cheating. Or stalking. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. Judge, I could dangle a keychain in front of your face and you'd be entertained for hours on end. I don't see what homonyms, I got it, some words are hard, have to do with this. It's not even that it's hard, it's just my words get read. Not to mention he's wearing fingerless gloves. Thank you. Thank you. I don't trust this man. How do you know that? True. I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. Oh yeah, on Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handpan. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. Do you not find that suspicious, Your Honor? That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. My God. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, can't say otherwise. Except that I can. That's literally why I'm here in court. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Okay. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? That's what he said. Can't let him squirm out of this one. I've got to find something decisive to tie our Officer Marshall to this crime. To tie him to the crime. Because there's this, but that wasn't. You know what? That should have been my number, like earlier when I was fucking confused. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. That's my bad. Not the smartest cookie in the bunch. Let me see the floor plan. Oh, that's just for the blood, I believe. We already used this. The screwdriver doesn't matter much. It's fingerprinting set, ID card. It's not in there. Papa's confused. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. To tie him to... One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstain handprint. Murderer touched the locker. My fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint completely unrelated. I didn't show that murderer was wearing gloves. Too bad it wasn't in that video, right, partner? Cause I can't... You got me there! I'll throw my hands up and say, you got me there, Loki. But how do we know it wasn't you? How do we know? Did him speaking about this already press it? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, is that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Oh, the rag! But that video is next to useless full of blind spots! Blind spots? Places you can't see. The rag. You remember how we were getting the rag earlier? The rag. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown? Imagine just doing the worm out of that bad boy. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. Phoenix, you also caught that? I didn't even think of that. He is literally the cameraman. He would know where all the cameras are. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall is present, please do so now. You fucked up, Officer Marshall! Oh, very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. I'm about to turn into the fucking Joker. Oof. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. What are you gonna do, punish me? Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us the incriminating evidence. We're watching it again. This is like the 50th time. I just wish the fast forward went a little faster. Basically. But it's fine. Now, this has come into play. You fucked up, bitch. bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. You just dug your own grave, buddy, old pal. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Fuck that got to do with me? You gonna attack me in court? They'll get you on assault. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words? You're an asshole. That's all I gotta say, bro. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. Thank you. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. We fucking did it! Oh my god, this guy has been pissing me off. Our R.I.P. Officer Meekins. He was the true victim of this case. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. And the sensor light was not lit up, so we know for a fact that shit was shut. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Because he would know when it's panning back, when it's going this way, when it's going that way. Hold your horses! I wasn't paying attention to the judge. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. There's literally no way. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The fingerprints, baby. Let's rewind back to that. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? So the thing about that is, this guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. I can speak. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Well, the thing about the lockers are that only the... I didn't mean to press on it. Check and mate, bastard! Fingerprint sensor? I mentioned that not even 10 minutes ago to you. We talked about this earlier today. Oh, see? The locker can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Yes, Jake, this is a known fact. No, for real. We've established this like 45 times already. I don't understand. Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say? In 8 words or less? Oh, Phoenix! Get him! Is that beef jerky? That is the toughest damn jerky I ever did seen. What the fuck? I only got one word for you, partner. No! Ooh. Ew. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. You and that disgusting ass jerky. Ole, please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room, yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer. It's all coming full circle. That's right, the only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? I'm guessing this is supposed to be, Meekins. I'm going to say he dressed up as him. As Goodman. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There. But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. And that's why he didn't show ID, because the face doesn't match. He literally has clothes in his office. Like, there was like a, like those open, like clothesline looking things. I don't like racks, I guess, with his clothes on it. Not Goodman's clothes, Marshall's clothes. You fucked up, pal. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. Don't object. Shut the fuck up. Let me talk. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. But do you remember Officer Meekins saying, I didn't really look at him. I just kind of swung first, which W Officer Meekins. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. But he didn't. And he's also wearing a hat. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. I need to drink water real fast. Hold on. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. The knife? He's literally shaving his fucking chin hairs in court. Grab that knife, Phoenix! Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. Do you see where this is going, Your Honor? Can you hip and scop? Fuck, the sentence is done. It's over. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. Yep, even you know. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture's on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? There's no beef jerky in prison, you dumb fuck. You got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. But all the circumstantial evidence is pointing towards you. Try to wiggle out of this one, pal. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. Can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Second time he's mentioned the beard. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? No, I don't have anything. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ugh! This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Beat his ass? Edgeworth joined. Remember when we joined forces in that one episode? Let's go back to that, please. Oh, please humph at Officer Marshall, not me. I don't want to be on the receiving end of your humph. Looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? Their joining team. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was... Hold on, you're spitting. You're spitting. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument... Hold on, I'm kind of cooking. Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. I mean, the cloth? The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. What is so important about the cloth, though? So, just what exactly is this? That's what I'm asking. Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered... I don't want to watch the video again, Phoenix. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. Fuck! I don't want to watch the video anymore. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness has to open the locker. Okay. To wipe the knife? I don't fucking know, Because that falls out, whatever, right? He's just looking around. Here comes Meekins, my boy Meekins. Is it because he slashed him? The music stopped. I might be cooking. Whoa, what do you have to say to that? All right, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker? So you admit it. He just admitted it. Why? So I could stuff you in there. I don't think I'd fit in the locker. Huh? I'm sure the world would be a better place with you sent off to the button. Your Honor, he's fucking threatening me right now in the court of law. I'm just doing my job. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room. Now I'm an unsolved case? Okay, I've lost Sparkle. What am I missing? Something went wrong in the evidence room. Yeah, he slashed him. Did I go to, like... Blah, blah, blah. Just show me the stupid fucking thing. Did I go to, like the beginning of it? Am I too early? I think I might be. So, okay, he gets... Because there was no blood on the knife, so I don't think he quite slashed him yet. I don't fucking know. I'm real tired of watching this video, I'll tell you that much. Okay. So, well, bam! Is it the blood on his shoulder? Because, oops, sorry. I'm gonna say it's the blood on the shoulder. Ugh. Please, please let me win. For some reason, you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Okay, the knife might not be the one used to shave everything. You're right. Officer Meekins barged in. It's because there was blood up here, but I don't think wiping it, unless he just took off the jacket. I don't fucking know. We'll get there. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. That is the white cloth. He took the jacket off. Okay, I thought so. I thought it was a little early. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Are you gonna start threatening me again? So even giving him like a little bit of wiggle room, a little ounce of a doubt, he still assaulted an officer. You're going to jail, pal. Regardless of what I get on you right now, you going to jail. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. What does Mr. Edgeworth have to do with this? 2 years ago, you were only half as persistent then as you are today. We wouldn't have to be here now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. Seems the time has come. Finally. It's insane how many witnesses commit perjury, right? And then nothing's done about it. Absolutely nothing. They're just allowed to walk free. Like... I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. What about all the blood? I need to ask about the blood. That was like a massive fucking pool. I mean, that's... yeah, fine, but... So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. That much blood, though? That much came out of it? My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. I suppose we'll just let that fly then. Okay. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. Apparently not. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why I dressed up as him, stole the detective's ID, and dressed like it. Okay. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So, you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card. I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out the last time. See? I was right. I'm so fucking smart, God! I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. Literally exactly what I fucking said. He may not have murdered anyone, but I'm pretty smart. Call me the ace attorney. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that lock yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. How coincidental. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I mean, that's kind of mean to knock him out, I'm not gonna lie. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his race this year. Cut my boy some slack, please. If anything, he should get a raise because he was willing to defend the evidence room with his life. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be cut off. So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it'd make a difference, though. Security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. Not a very good job, might I add. Like, what was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room. Okay, wait. But the blood from the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? I do wear glasses, I suppose. The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So, you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. He just hit me with the nuh-uh. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where's that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Everyone's bad at their job. Everyone in the city is bad at their job. Except for me. Except for me. Count me out because except for me. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Okay. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Is it? Is it, though? Because you ain't finna be free for much longer. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. You are in the court of law. I don't know about that one, handsome. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer, this is no small offense. See, I told you, even if I don't get him for murder, I'm gonna get him for something. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. I don't think he gives a fuck at this point, can I be honest? Can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Phoenix is spitting. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Thank you, Your Honor. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murderers, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. You're unusually quiet. Edgeworth, what the fuck did you do? Why is he so concerned with that incident? I have to think about I know! Hold on. Thanks, an eyelash. Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'll end up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. So did I just present him with the, Oh my god, it's still there. Someone kill me.
Objection!
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. What the fuck? I forgot what role Jake played in SL9. Wasn't even a victim in it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. And a list of murder victims. Okay, so you were spitting earlier. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Oh, he looks kind of cute in that. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? Hold on, someone's texting me. It's, not important. He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. So do they think that Lana Skye and Miles Edgeworth murdered him? And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. Well, your brother got all the looks. He's a lot cuter than you are, that's for sure. Very sad, though. And so they both cosplay. They both cosplay Western. Hold on. I didn't make that connection until just a second. This is no laughing matter. This is really fucked up, and I apologize. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Ew, what is that? Joe Dark. Oh, that's the murderer. Maybe. Allegedly. He was executed for it. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind it. Ooh. Oh, that's fogged. Oh. I mean, it got him in the end, I guess, but that's... Ooh. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? Okay, hey, grief does crazy things to people, okay? Like, there's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Also, what is happening with Jake's hair? I don't know. You got the porcupine, and over here you've got Levi Ackerman Sr. over here. At this point, the hair just does whatever it wants. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. True, but like, I still have more questions. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with this resolution, Officer Marshall's planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. It's not funny. Poor Officer Meekins. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Yeah, what about the garage? The parking garage. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Yeah, this is like a weird little coincidence. That's chance, it's gotta be more than just that. Nothing's ever a coincidence when it comes to this. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. Innocent until proven guilty, right? Objection! And I support a woman's rights and wrongs. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Objection! Don't object me back. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery. Oh, fuck, with the simultaneous murder. Or Damon Gant, considering we haven't heard much of him. True. Ooh. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. The testimony of one Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. I'm still not, I'm not privy to believing her. I'm just gonna say that. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Hold on. I'm kind of into this. Oh, let me keep that an inside thought, though. He did do one word or less. I rest my case. Edgeworth, you got me there. He really fucking did. It seems this trial's reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. I'm just that fucking good. So good I work against my own interest. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Emma? Your Honor, wait! Emma! The defense has an objection. A scientific objection, right? Sure. Yeah, what do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? I wouldn't go that far. I am a proud father of Maya. I haven't gotten to know her well enough to take her on as a second Maya Jr. Your Honor! In a sense, please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. Please? I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. You're so nice, Edgeworth. Alright, yap away. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it, names of both Skye sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. Emma and Maya got the same hair. True. She's cosplaying my other child. But hairstyle day must be really easy for Phoenix. So I ran over there and looked at it again. So did you find something? No. Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. It's fine. They're dotsing back and forth? Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. I'm a professional attorney, not a professional detective. It's in the game name, Ace Attorney. I ain't the Ace Detective. Though low-key I kind of am. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Just a little bit. Wait, no, for sure, actually. Because, because it's not Meekin's. His fingerprints would have been all over that bad boy. Look at the floor plans. A handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be... please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Objection! Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Maybe? Perhaps? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Give me a crayon right now. Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Would you like to share with the class, Phoenix? Because, let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Ooh, oh fuck. Wait, this doesn't matter. This doesn't... Surely not the security video. I don't think so. I don't know what this jar could possibly be about, by the way. Like... Because this is where it happened. This is Gumshoe's locker. This is his locker. Doesn't matter. Edwards pass gets brought back to his office by Gant's request. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. I don't think these matter because these are like for her case versus the other thing. Oh my god. Question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Is it the fucking security video? Because I really don't want to. But that's all I can think of. Fuck it, if I lose a little sparkle, we have plenty. As they say back west, even a blind man can hit it with buckshot. I think buckshot's spread, so yeah, probably. That is, so long as he's facing the general direction. Seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. Whatever leads me to your eyes, buddy. That's the direction I want to gaze in. Follow for more W pickup lines. It's no use. The more evidence there is, the greater the chance of me being wronged. Just calm down, Mr. Wright. Are they like taking turns on this stand? Trying to remember what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime. What is it that bothers me about this blood mark? Please allow me another chance, Your Honor. I'll prove it this time. Let us pray the defense is simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is which I... Fuck. I don't know. I'm gonna put my hands up. I don't know. Because it's not this. There is the jar? Maybe? No, it's not the fucking jar. What is it that bothers me about this blood so much? I don't know. Help. Help. This is a scream for help. Because these were found in the garage. These have nothing pertaining. I mean, this does pertain because SL9. Or maybe, maybe. What worries him about the blood? I still got this tab open. Hold on. Because I genuinely, like, I can't think of anything that it's like, yeah, that would be the most obvious answer. Maybe I'm just stupid, and I'm willing to put my hands up and absolutely say that. I might be, genuinely. And it's probably a, what you call it? A skill issue. That's it. I can say hard word and remember hard sentence. But I don't. Hold on. I don't understand. It's gonna be the most obvious fucking thing, and I promise you that. What? There's no way this is the answer. Hold on. There's no way this is the answer. Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me? That damn badger. Yes. How does it all come back to this? I guess because it was in the security video, but how does this change? Whatever. How the fucking, I love Ace Attorney. I have had the time of my life playing this game. Genuinely, it will go down as one of my top 5 games. But sometimes the answers to these are just like, wow. Like, I'm shaking up a hat. It's fine. What about that piece of plowing? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Ooh, ooh. Because the hand cannot reach behind that damn... Oh my god. You're so fucking right. You are so right. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here, so watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Oh my god, bro. Well, how big is the Blue Badger, actually? Because there's really no things around him where you can get a good sense. Because that bitch looks massive when you put it on the evidence room floor plans. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at the spot on the locker. Why are you blown away? You are, like, probably totally... Wait, is he totally fine? Did he fucking do it? So that means... just what exactly does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Why are we airbending? No, for real. He got hella powers over here, bro. Do you think it's the Texas? That people from Texas can just do that? Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, he kind of a big bitch. Damn. Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would have been impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Do you have an app on your phone that's like vocabulary of the day? What the fuck is a balderdash? It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice! But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. The 3D model's kinda killing me. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. This is true. And you wouldn't be able to see it on the locker because Blue Badger's fat ass head! That damn badger. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. What? Phoenix, I'm confused. Share with the class. That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your assertive claim. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. Yeah, sure, what the hell. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show me evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Well, on the autopsy it said from like 4 p.m. somewhere around there. To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? So I have the autopsy report. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. I'm going to present this, and if I lose some sparkle with the judge, it's okay. This is the proof. It's quite simple, you see. If it's so simple, then don't get it wrong. If Paul was an acceptable excuse, we wouldn't need police. Okay, that's fine. Say, when was the blue Badger You're so right. That was my second line of thinking, was the ID card. Yeah, the ID record. Your Honor. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record. Yeah, there's that one. It's all 7s. 420 blaze it. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles, what did you do? Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? That's what I said. I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. I just want to say, Miles did something. Miles did nothing, and I'm here to defend this man with my life. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to know this blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim. You right. You right. I mean, we already know he isn't the kind to point a gun at someone. And clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. Maybe you're like superhuman. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Yeah, who's all the 777s up there? Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. We're cracking the code. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with... That's a lot of 7s. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Really? Really? Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card, at least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number belongs to someone with the rank of... Is it gang? That's precisely what I was about to say. That's it. I knew I didn't like this motherfucker. We're going to eat him. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. Objection, whatever. But that's ridiculous. I didn't read that. I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. Yes, sir. There's one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge. You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask a question. Yes. No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana. Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not all the sevens. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. I appreciate your enthusiasm for wanting to figure out whatever the fuck you want to figure out. But we just found out something massive. Can we stay on topic? The SL9 incident. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Okay, turns into an impromptu trial for her. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? Excuse me. I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. So you did. So, all this to say, it was not all legit. I love her so much, but I cannot defend you from this girl. I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being we. Emphasis on we. Were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict to be deserved. It's so weird to see someone's side profile. Because usually you just see like front, back, 3, 4, something like that. But like the whole... Well, I guess I just got proved wrong. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence... Okay? Like... This is serious. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Sorry, Miles. Order! In the court. Lana's remarks caused such a stir at the whatever. The chaos was unbearable, basically. So we'd have to wait until the following day. Why is it so... Everyone's chattering. I mean, it was quite a remark. I mean, you know, because they're sitting there. Low-key, I'm gonna get off after this, but they're like, imagine you just heard the chief prosecutor like, yeah, we flubbed a little evidence. Like, is that so wrong? Like, I would also be like, granted, I pray I never have jury duty. Okay, I thought I was gonna finish today, but it is. It's been over 2 hours. It's 11:40. Papa's gotta go. But I appreciate everyone, you know, chilling with me and doing the damn thing. I had so much fun, and I have not played Ace Attorney in 2 weeks. I forgot how fun it is and how entertaining and just hilarious it is. So, I will see everybody mañana, and I hope everyone has a beautiful night, beautiful day, beautiful evening, afternoon, whatever. Thank you for joining. Same here, I thought Phoenix was bald due to fatigue. He's never losing that hair, okay? He will be a porcupine forever. But thank you everybody for joining. I will be back here tomorrow. We will finish up Ace Attorney tomorrow, for sure. So, yeah. And I hope everyone has a good night. Goodbye.